All right, we are in the goon room. Just got done listening to some Katy Perry and Diddy. All right, what's going on, guys? Another video. Today we're gonna hit chest and shoulders. As soon as the New Year's begun, I was thinking about doing a New Year's resolution. I never really do any New Year's resolutions, but this time around, I wanted to see if I can actually, try it. I guess you could say for the first time. For this new year, I'm planning to get absolutely shredded. The only problem with it is that for the past 2 years, I've been on a weight loss journey, and I went from being 210 on my peak bulk to now being, I think it's 154.6 this morning. Throughout the time that I have been cutting, it's been a lot of, we'll lose 3 pounds this month, and then the next week later, 2 weeks later, I'm at the same weight. Because by 2 years, I should definitely be in single digit territory. Right now, I'm assuming that I'm already at 10 because I am pretty vascular, and this is the leanest that I've ever been in my life. Late of last year, so like November, I was averaging about 1.5 pounds, if not 2 pounds a week. And it was a little quick, and I wasn't crash dieting or anything. I tried my best to have like a really solid refeed day too. I would have like a 3,500 calorie refeed, and sure, while that was decent for the time being, it's definitely not sustainable. So I opted out for a couple months of a main gain. Right now, the cut that I'm currently in, I'm currently at 1,900 calories. It is good, but I noticed that I get drained a lot quicker, especially by doing 10,000 steps a day, which is what every, kind of teenager, 20-year-old should be doing, just around 10,000 steps a day. In terms of cardio, it's anything that's low impact. You can do the bike. Bike is really good because it burns fat, and, you don't have as much impact on your joints. As well, when you're walking, if you're walking either on grass or like a trail and you have some pretty good shoes, your impacts are going to be very cushioned. So if you do want to burn more fat than calories, I highly suggest doing some walking or being on the bike for at least 30 minutes. Once you get to like 170, 180 beats per minute, you're kind of going up on the range, so you're gonna start burning more calories and fat. However, it does take a little longer when you're doing low impact. That's one of the biggest things that I've been doing ever since I changed up my cut. Because before, I would do like Stairmaster, and I'd be on there for like an hour, and I'd be like at 160, 170 beats per minute. And sure, I was burning calories, but I could have avoided that whole thing by just eating less. And of course, you really can eat more and then obviously compensate with the calorie burning, but I just wouldn't suggest it because it does take some time off your hands. And usually when it comes to chest and shoulders, so like your push day, I usually do triceps, shoulders first, and then we move on to chest. Chest is a very important part of your physique, but if you have some massive boulder shoulders, you're gonna get a way crazier V-taper. For now, we're gonna be hitting shoulders and triceps. I think the first thing that we're gonna hit is triceps because we're kind of lacking there a little bit. We got triceps, rear delts, side delts, and then front delts, and then chest. Honestly, yeah. Like this morning, I was looking at my pump or like my arms, and I'm like, damn, bro, like they look smaller because you don't have fat in them as well. All right, everybody, I'm with Franklin right now. My boy Frank. I mean, you can't even see yourself. You should up in the frame. I do my legs on Mondays because I just want to get rid of it.
Wait, so do you follow a schedule like every week? Like every Monday you do the same thing?
Yeah, so I do Mondays legs, and then Wednesdays chest, shoulders, and then Fridays back and bi. I'll probably throw in an extra day just cause. But yeah, that's usually just it. I literally just like lift 3 times a week. That's it. Like if I overlift, then you just get the diminishing returns.
You do though. I've noticed it when I don't take my rest day. It's detrimental.
Your recovery is a lot worse, honestly. All right, so we're gonna hit triceps. Again, you kind of want to control these a little more. You're kind of just swinging the weight around. You're not really doing much there. Going down you go down pretty fast. But on the way up, you gotta tone it down a little bit. All right, we're gonna go up. I was expecting like maybe 5 people here. And then, then it just got completely packed, but that's all right. We could still make do. And as far as tricep work goes, so kind of the same concept. I do 8 to 10 reps. And usually I'll go for like 3 sets. 2 of them will be kind of like warm-up sets, and then that third one would be like a drop set. And then, again, eccentric is like the most important. So if you're just swinging the weight around and not controlling it, you're not really gonna be making a whole lot of progress. So. Usually my drop sets consist of going from 8 or my full weight and then going halfway. So if I'm doing 8 pounds or 8 kilos, I'll do 4 kilos. So just kind of split it by half every time. Then secret sauce, you go back up. So go back up to 75% of the weight that you originally had it. So if you're doing 10 kilos, you're probably gonna wanna put it at 8 or 7. Yeah, just give yourself like a 30-second rest. All right. We're getting warmed up on triceps, and then right after this, we're gonna head into shoulders. All right, so for these, you're just gonna do rear delts. Same concept as before, so you're gonna do 8 to 10 reps, and you obviously wanna control the weight as much as you can. Okay, so the reason why I do these is just because when you do the rear pec decks, you're not going to get as much of an isolation with these. It's more of like just straight rear delts. The pec deck is really good for like mid back and like your lats too. But as far as rear delts goes, if you really want to isolate them, you're going to want to do this movement. Going back to the symmetry thing, if you guys have like, let's just say like a smaller left delt compared to your right delt, you guys are going to want to hit the left side first. Obviously, kind of makes sense if you're doing any isolation movements, just because the way that it goes is that you're using up most of your energy for that one muscle. And then obviously you're still going to have reserves for your right side. All right, when it comes to dumbbells, I usually only do about 3 sets max. Obviously another 8 to 10 reps. It's kind of like the standard here. First set should be a pre-exhaustion. Just kind of just doing as many as you can with a medium to light weight. Then once you're on your second set, your working set, you're gonna go a little heavier. So I'm gonna do 15s. Maybe do like 2 baby reps. All right, let's move on to chest. You said pointed at you? Yeah. There, just got somebody in the cup. If you guys are kind of worried about carbing up before the gym or during, even if you're like running low on glucose, usually I'll do like candy. This is just pretzels since it's carbs with salt. I'm expecting more of a pump from this than from candy. All right, we're gonna go for a little warm up. Let's see. Oh yeah, you get a crazy stretch with this thing. See if we could do this.
Gotta keep the hypertrophy going. See, the thing is, you're not gonna wanna go like this, super flailed out, because that's not gonna do anything. You're gonna wanna angle it and make a V. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like making a V. Once you hit the top, you make that V.
The Judas baby.
All right. The last one wasn't gonna be possible. It's either this or fight Diddy. Ugh. I definitely don't want to do another set, but I might have to. You might say, what's the secret to these? Nothing really, you just gotta do them pretty slow. Obviously you wanna throw in some baby reps as well. Partials, whatever you wanna call them. Just go past failure here at this point. All right, same business. You're not gonna go super heavy. Just gonna be focusing on stretching the whole time. Your hands are gonna be below your elbows, by the way. You're gonna go failure. Okay, yeah, like I said, when you're doing these, you don't wanna have your hands over your chest line. If you're going over your chest and you're kind of doing them wrong, same thing, don't go super heavyweight on these things. You're not meant to, you know, strength train. You're doing hypertrophy over here. Okay. All right, we are in the goon room. Just got done listening to some Katy Perry and Diddy. Now we're gonna get this pose down done. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got so exhausted this workout. I don't know what it was. I always get pretty exhausted. I think it just has to do with the lack of like carbs that I usually eat beforehand, which is a really bad idea, by the way. You guys definitely want to eat carbs before you start working out, especially if you're cutting. Because if you're not eating your carbs and you just eat them all in the morning and then you go to, work out right in the afternoon, your carbs are going to be way down. Like, I mean, way down. Like, you're not going to be able to last much of your workout, or it's not going to feel as effective or be as effective too. Been on this cut or this aggressive cut, I want to say for the past week and a half, maybe, no, 2 months. And this is what we got going on. Yeah, definitely eat your carbs beforehand, because man, they're so crucial. I know a lot of people say, oh, you lose weight by cutting your carbs down, but realistically, carbs are your best friend. Like, it is your body's first source of energy. So if you're depleting them way down, you are not gonna be functioning correctly. Okay. Hopefully this isn't, turn off my camera. Great. Should I take a leak first? Look, you gotta pee.